Sorry, I just like that tune. Hello, hi, Sammy here, and I'm just going to be giving my impressions on the upcoming Sonic Generations. And as we know, this is to celebrate 20 years of Sonic the Hedgehog. It's going to be coming out for like sort of PS3 and Xbox 360, but it's also coming out for the DS and all that. But just going to talk a few details, give my thoughts, and try to keep it as short as possible. So to start off with, might as well start with the plot.
So take me back in time to another world.
Basically, during the celebratory picnic, Sonic friends get attacked, and probably by a Time Eater, and time and space get corrupted. Remind you of something else. And basically, Sonic gets thrown into some sort of corrupted white area, and the world around him is losing colour. At some point, he bumps into the 1991 counterpart, Classic Sonic. Both realise what's going on, and obviously team up to try and fix what the problem is, and hopefully bring colour and order back to the world. Now personally, I do like the plot, but the fact that it's corrupted time and space with time travel involved does remind you of similar games like Sonic 2006 and Sonic CD, as well as a couple of other games that utilise time travel, but I won't mention. But the plot is good. I mean, a game where one person meets their past self would is an interesting twist, but you might disagree thanks to a couple of obvious paradox related movies. But that's it. What next? Graphics. Okay, so for the graphics in the game, I have to say they look amazing, thanks to the Hedgehog engine. Now, the reason we've not been seeing graphics like this since Sonic Unleashed was because Sega and Sonic team actually started this on Sonic Generations right after Unleashed. So pretty much the game's been in development for over 2.5 years. But you can't really blame them, the Hedgehog engine is still fairly new. I mean, look what happened with Disney Pixar. They were first slow, then they're short. But everything looks great. Seeing all these classic levels being revamped in beautiful 3D, like Green Hill Zone, Sky Sanctuary, Chemical Plant, and all that. It's really exciting to see. I will say there could be one or two slight bits that they can improve on, but I won't go into too much details about that. It just looks beautiful. Plus the fact that some of the things that we've seen before, like the double S-bend in Green Hill Zone or the speed highway building descent, would be a little familiar, we know what to expect. But like I say, it still looks good. Now the gameplay itself looks brilliant. I played the demo when it came out for download on Sonic's birthday, where you play Green Hill Zone's Classic Sonic, and I have to say, it's really great to play. And that's thanks to the Havoc physics engine, I think. Yeah, it is. So hopefully that'll help really well. Seeing Classic Sonic back in his old roots, and not to mention modern Sonic, taking a trip down memory lane. So seeing it in 2D and 3D is a real pleasure, I have to say. What else is there? Shit, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. The sound and audio. Okay, so as you can easily tell, Sega and Sonic team have been diving into the sound bins and picking out and polishing off and remixing some of the music for the game, but in different formats for each character. Green Hill Zone has a techno site remix, while modern version has rock remix. And it applies to all the levels. And I do have to say, it sounds quite nice. Not to mention the fact that Sonic has this classic... No, it's it. Hold on. Wrong format. You would expect that. Play the Sonic CD format back. Thank you. Sonic has that jumping noise and the enemies when they blow up by classic Sonic. There you go. Okay. And hearing different music is quite nice. But like I say, although we've heard it all before, like Escape from the City out of the City Escape level of Sonic Adventure 2 and things like that. But hey, that ain't gonna stop people trying to get it onto their MP3s and iPods. They're the characters.
This is the only start for me.
There are a lot of characters in this. Some new, some old. Well, I wouldn't say new. I was going to count classic Sonic and Tails, but that's more a revisit from an old friend. Anyway, seeing some characters come back is a real treat, like the Chaotix. You see them in a picture. Seeing SPO, Victor and Charmy show up. And even a couple of cameos from friends that we've not seen for quite a long time. Like in Cityscape you see Mighty the Armadillo and Ray the Fly Squirrel on a poster saying missing since 1993. Whereas Bart the Polar Bear, Bean the Dynamite and Fang the Sniper aka Knack the Weasel appear on wanted posters. So it's quite interesting to see those faces again after a while. But the thing is, some people think that having that many characters might make the games come down a little bit, but don't jump ahead too soon. Now, another thing I want to mention is there is a collector's edition available for pre-order. This is going to come with a gold ring, the soundtrack, statuette, art book, DVDs and stuff as well as the game. And it looks really nice. Also, it is coming to Nintendo Wii, but this is for the Wii U because Sega wants to keep the graphics HD. And another thing is the Genesis area. Some people think that that's going to be limited demos of the classic 16-bit games, similar to what Super Smash Bros. Brawl did. And like I said earlier, there is a 3DS version which actually has its own independent level, so it's not like the duplicate of the same game, as well as a suggested PC version. My personal thoughts, I really like how it's coming out. Seeing all these favourite levels from previous games coming together in beautiful 3D graphics in one special game to celebrate Sonic's 28th birthday. And it really does make me feel like I did back in 1983. Yes, I was too, no joke. And it's a bit of a shame to see classic Sonic is unlikely to return according to Sega. Who knows? Who knows what they could be doing for Sonic's silver birthday. Anyhow. And one final thought, if you subscribers or friends want to ask me a Sonic question, you can leave a comment, personal message, or you can email me on my email just on the screen there, and I'll try to answer what I can. But don't try to ask too many questions about the comics because I don't read the comics that much, but I could give it a try anyway. And I think that is about it. I shall see you in a future video. As Sonic himself once said in Adventure 2, sayonara.